I do something a little bit crazy with my Instagram and it really makes content planning really easy. So I wanted to share it with you all today, even though it might sound a little bit insane. So for those of you who don't follow me over on Instagram, you definitely should, because I have consistently posted for the last year and a half or so, every single week, at least 3 times a week, usually 4 times a week. The way that I do this without taking up a lot of time is that I have 2 days every single year devoted to content creation. During those 2 days, I create 6 months of Instagram content. And it sounds really crazy, but I absolutely adore those days. Plus, it really takes a lot of stress off the day-to-day and trying to find Instagrammable moments, because I'm not looking for Instagrammable moments. The Instagrammable moments already exist, and it just takes a lot of pressure off of yourself. If you're someone like me who lives a really busy lifestyle or has a lot of stress in their life, these 7 steps I'm about to share with you might help you to mitigate the stress of Instagram content creation. Step 1 is to create 3 to 4 content umbrellas that your post will go under. So this kind of relates back to your general brand and what sort of topics you talk about. For me, my content umbrellas are books, writing updates, writing advice, and just motivational mindset advice. So it makes it really easy that I'm posting 4 times a week, because I can do 1 post per content umbrella. So let me show you what I mean when I talk about these content umbrellas with examples. I'm gonna pull up the documents of Instagram photos on my computer. So let's look at the month of August and the different photos that I posted on Instagram in the month of August. There are some photos, such as this one that I'm about to pull up on the screen, and I'll edit it so you guys can see too. And it's me holding the book You Should See Me in a Crown. So this is a photo that I would use to follow my reading content umbrella. That's one content umbrella. The second content umbrella is writing updates. So usually in those, I might have a photo like me when I was celebrating finishing my YA thriller. So that photo would be a really great example, because you can kind of like see me and it's more personal. So that's why it would be a writing update photo. Then I also have just writing advice photos, which might be like this one of me writing at my desk. And the writing advice photos do look very similar, but in general, I just like to have a lot of photos of me writing from different angles. And then the 4th category that I have is motivational content. So I've started to do a new series where I post different motivational quotes on my Instagram, such as this one that says, "Do what you love, not what you think you should do." This one's one of my favorite ones because I just really love this quote. It says, "The anxiety is lying to you. You are loved and you are going to be okay." Hopefully that gave you an idea of what I mean when I say content umbrellas. And then once I have my 4 content umbrellas that I want to do for the next 6 months planned out, I go onto Pinterest. I have a secret board called Platform Planning, and I create a subsection for each photo shoot that I do, so 2 per year. And in that subsection, I add any photos that might influence my aesthetic. I will put up some B-roll of the one I did for my last photo shoot, but to be honest, my photos look very different than the ones in that, but it's just a really great place to think about angles and aesthetics and stuff like that you might want to incorporate in your own photos. There's also a channel, I forget the name of the channel, but I would just recommended it to some friends the other day, and it's this girl who's really fantastic at photography, and she talks about how she takes her own photos, and with the self-timer option on the iPhone and without a tripod, like different things that you can do to makeshift tripods, and it's just really ingenious and creative. So I'll link that down below. Although one of her tips is to tape your phone to the ceiling to get that sort of angle, and I'm not sure I would recommend that tip. If you want to try it, you can, but I did not tell you to try it. I just really like how creative it is, and even just learning stuff like that really opens up your mind to what you could possibly be doing when it comes to taking photos of yourself. Speaking of which, you don't necessarily have to take photos of yourself, although there is some research to suggest that photos that have people in them usually get more likes on Instagram than photos of flat lays or objects. However, I do know some people who have amazing Instagram accounts that I love who do a lot of like the flat lays and kind of those aesthetic type photos. So it really just depends on you. I would definitely recommend, if you have a business account, going into your analytics and seeing what your audience loves. For me, all of my most liked photos have myself in them, but I'm guessing for some of my friends who are really good at the flat lay aesthetics, their most liked photos might not have them in them. After I have the general aesthetic and an idea of what I want to do, I like to write out on my whiteboard all the different days. So I'll say August, I need 24 photos. September, I need 24 photos. October, I need 20 photos or whatever it is. From there, I like to plan out outfits. I usually do about 3 photos per outfit. I usually plan them out the day before my photo shoot day so that I can just switch and put on the outfits really quick. This is especially important for me because I only do 2 photo shoot days per year, and I usually end up taking somewhere between 50 and 100 photos on that day. So having my outfits already laid out can really help. I also lay out all my props, so any books I want to use, any writing type of stationery I might want to use, anything like that, I lay it out. And I also will lay it sometimes with the outfit it's going to go with. So then next, I actually take the photos. Again, I spend basically the entire day taking photos, but it is such a fun day, and I really just have fun with it because I think you can always tell in a photo when someone is genuinely having fun and when they're not having fun, even when they're smiling in both photos. So that would be my advice, is just to make sure you're having fun and seeing it as like an artistic outlet and a way to really express yourself through imagery. And after I'm done taking all the photos, then I move on to the next step, which is to edit them. For every single batch of photos, I create a preset, and I just kind of create it based on my knowledge of how Lightroom works. So if you don't have Adobe Lightroom downloaded, it is a free download and a great editing tool. And the last preset I made is definitely the heaviest preset because I really wanted to make a more cohesive aesthetic than what I had before. What you do is once you make a preset, you can like save it as a preset in the Adobe Lightroom app, and then whenever you have a photo, you can literally just go and click that preset and it takes all those edits and puts it onto the photo. So it makes it super easy to actually edit photos because all you have to do is click, apply, and then maybe adjust if there's something a little bit off because of the lighting of the photo. The editing options on Adobe Lightroom are absolutely amazing. So one thing I knew I wanted to do in the beginning of August was I wanted to do kind of like a fall aesthetic photo shoot for my September, October, November photos, and I wanted some with like fallen leaves. There was a pile of leaves in my backyard which had fallen from trees, but they were obviously still green because it was August 2nd, I think, when I took this photo series. So what I did was I dressed up in like a sweater and boots and just autumn clothing, and then I went outside and took some photos with writing props and stuff like that with the leaves. I went into Adobe Lightroom and I edited them so the leaves would then be fall colors. I will put up the final product that I did for the photo I just uploaded in September. I don't want to upload all the photos because most of them haven't actually gone up yet, and I just want to make sure that they go onto Instagram first. But it was really fun, and it honestly was just so creative to be able to do a fall aesthetic photo shoot in August, and I really love stretching my creativity that way. So after I'm done taking the photos, next comes the kind of boring part, which is scheduling them all out. So I use the app Preview, which is free, to schedule out all my photos, and I will just like click the photo, say when I want to schedule it. It doesn't upload it for you, but it does give you a reminder when you need to upload it and lets you see kind of like how your grid will look with all the photos. One thing that I will say is that I don't plan out the captions in advance, 6 months in advance. That would be way too far in advance. I come up with a caption strategy idea, so like potential ideas I could use for captions for each month, but then I create the actual caption the day of. Something to keep in mind when you are creating captions is that you always want to have a kind of catchy intro, tell some sort of story or give some sort of education or advice to your audience, and then end with a call to action, which is where you're asking people to comment on the post or to go follow something or to check out a video or something like that. Okay, so I know when I started this video I said I was gonna give 6 steps, and I honestly forget if that was 6 or more or less. The gist is you want to come up with your content umbrellas, brainstorm ideas using Pinterest, plan out your outfits and everything you're gonna need for the shoot, and then do the actual photo shoot, edit the photos in Lightroom or whatever your preferred editing software is, and then schedule them into the Preview app, and then create monthly caption ideas and write the caption the day of. 7 steps. Wow, I think that's how many I said I was gonna give at the beginning. What an experience. Anyways, I hope this video helped you guys with content creation. Content creation for Instagram or YouTube or TikTok or whatever should be fun, so make sure you're having fun when you're doing this. And if what I said doesn't work for you, like if you don't like taking pictures of yourself and that's not fun for you, figure out what does work for you and figure out a process or system similar to mine that will work when it comes to content creation. I'm really curious and would love to know how you guys plan out your Instagram content. Let me know down below. As always, I will see you down in the comments and in the next video. Bye.